Hey guys, it's Loves to Loom here. Today I will be showing you how to create this really awesome ruffles bracelet. This bracelet was sent to me by Diane on Instagram. Her name is Diane Lane AVP. Please check her out and give her a follow for me. I think she did a super amazing job on this design. It's so cool. It's actually like a cube or like a box. It's four-sided. They all look exactly the same on each side. But I just think it's like really cool. So to make this bracelet, you only need approximately 110 bands depending on your wrist size. I did make a little tiny piece over here with some of the sweets bands and then regular opaque bands. So there's just a little sneak of how that looks there. But I just love how this came out. It's pretty easy. Today the tutorial is on the monster tail, but you can also do it on the rainbow loom. So without wasting your time any further, let's get started. To make this bracelet, you need your monster tail loom, one C-clip, and your hook. We will be working only with 4 pins. I'm just going to use these for on the left side in the shape of a square. Today I will be using white regular opaque bands, the new gold jelly, and my silicone glitter gold. To start placing the bands, I'm going to start with my white, and we need to twist the first 2 bands on. So I'm going to stretch it diagonally, like so, but you're going to twist it on like an infinity sign, like that. Grab another white band, and we're going to do the same thing, crossing over, so it sort of makes like an X. And make sure you twist that band on as well. It doesn't matter which direction it goes. We need to have a total of 3 layers before we loop. So now I'm going to add on one of my gold glitter bands. And this time, I'm going to just lay it around all 4 pins in the shape of a square. So just place that on, stretch it around all 4 of them like that. And our last band will be my gold jelly. We're also going to lay this one just in the shape of a square. So do the same thing you just did last time and stretch it around all 4 of those pins like that. So now we should have a total of the 3 layers and we can start the hooking process. I'm going to be using a crochet hook today only because it's smaller for the monster tail. I just feel like it's a little easier. But any hook will work fine. So the very first hooking step is just going to be bringing the bottom band up and over on all 4 pins. So in my case, it's going to be white. Just bringing it up and over on all 4. I'm going to turn it around. Do the same on this side. So all your weights should now be brought up into the middle. I'm going to turn my loom back around so my red dot is on the left. It doesn't really matter which side it's on. It just, I don't know. I always do that. So now we're going to go back to laying our white bands. This time we do not need to twist them on. We're just going to lay them diagonal to make like an X shape. So one going to the right and one going to the left. Now we are going to do an inverted fishtail stitch. Just going to zoom in a little here. So we need to get inside the second band and bring the bottom band up. So I'm going to push that second band out of the way, grabbing my gold band underneath, my glitter, and bring that up. Do the same on the second one. Get inside that second band, grab that bottom, bring it up. Turn your loom around and do the same on the back side. Whoops. I guess I should start watching the screen. One more time. Okay, so now that we've done our inverted stitch, we're going to lay our gold jelly, we're going to lay our gold glitter band in the shape of a square. We're basically going to be alternating. So every time we lay the white, it will be in the diagonal X shape. And then we'll lay 2 squares, with our golds. But that will always be an X with the white. So again, with the gold glitter, just lay it in the shape of a square around all 4 of your pins, like so. And now we're going to do the inverted stitch one more time. So I'm going inside that second band, grabbing the bottom, bring it up. Go inside the second band, grabbing my jelly, bringing it up. Turn your loom around. Do the same thing on the back side, doing that inverted stitch. And I'm really trying not to let my hand or thumb getting in the way, so I'm sorry if it does. So it should look like that. So now I have done the inverted stitch 2 times. And now I'm going to lay my gold jelly in the shape of a square again. So that would be the second time I'm adding the square. But for the stitch part, we're going to be alternating. We just did 2 inverted stitches, and now we have to do a regular stitch. So bring the bottom band up and over. Turn your loom around, bring the bottom band up and over. Normally this hook works good on the monster tail, but I'm actually having a little bit of a hard time with it today. So there, I just brought the bottom bands up and over, and now it's time to lay our 2 white bands again. So we're going to lay them diagonal and diagonal to the left, making our X. And now we are back to doing the inverted stitch again. I think I'm going to switch my hook because that's actually giving me a hard time today. It's usually easier. So just get inside that second band, grabbing the bottom, bringing it up. Repeat the process on the back side. So every time you lay your X, you're going to be doing the inverted stitch. And then you have to do the inverted stitch one more time once we lay our next band. So I'm going to lay my gold square, my gold glitter square. And we're going to do the inverted stitch one more time because we have to do it 2 times in a row. Turn your loom around and do the same on the back side, doing the inverted stitch. Push your bands down. And now we're going to add on our gold jelly. And this time we're going to be doing the regular stitch. So we'll be bringing the bottom up and over. So if you're only using 3 colors, you'll know that every time you lay the gold, you're just going to bring the bottom up and over. So whenever I lay my gold jelly, I know that I bring the bottom band up and over. Just like that. So now we're back to, I consider at the beginning, every time I come back to my white, I consider that like the beginning of the pattern. So we're going to lay our diagonal bands, creating our X. And since this would be like technically the beginning of laying the pattern again, we have to do our inverted stitch. Just get inside that second band, grabbing the bottom, bringing it up. Turn your loom around, do the same thing on this side. Get inside that middle band, grab the bottom. One more time. Push your bands down, and we're going to add on our gold glitter in the shape of a square. And remember, you have to do the inverted stitch again. Turn my loom around to do it on the back side. Like so. And now we need to add our gold jelly in the shape of a square. Like so. And remember, I'm laying my gold jelly. We've already done 2 inverted stitches, so now we just need to bring the bottom up and over. On all 4 pins. So basically the pattern is we lay our white X, then we do the inverted stitch, we do a square and do the inverted stitch, and then we do another square and do a regular stitch. So hopefully it's not too confusing. I know it took me a little while to catch on, but hopefully it's not too hard to pick up. So we're back to the beginning and we're going to lay our X shape. And we're going to do the first inverted stitch. On all 4 of your pins. We're going to lay our square around all 4. And now we're going to do the second inverted stitch. Whoops, I bumped my camera, sorry about that. Push that down. And I'm going to go to my gold and lay that in the shape of a square again. This time we're just going to bring the bottom band up and over. And another way you can remember when you have to bring the bottom band just up and over, like I said, you can refer to it every time you're laying the gold, or you can look at it as every time the white is on the bottom. You can look at it that way as well. You just bring that bottom up and over. Like so. But that's only if you're using only 3 colors. If you're using more, then that technique would not work. But I recommend 3 colors because it just makes it easier and it looks the best, shows the pattern off nice. So I'm back to laying my white. And now I'm doing the inverted stitch again. Just don't lose any of your bands like I almost did. And now we're going to lay our gold glitter. Whoops. In the shape of a square. And now we're going to do the inverted stitch again. Push that down, lay on another layer, which would be my jelly gold, in the shape of a square. And now, because I laid my gold jelly plus my whites on the bottom, I know that I need to bring the bottom band up and over. At the beginning again, so we're going to lay our X. And do the inverted stitch again. Well, this would actually be the first inverted stitch for this time, since starting, our new layers. Do the inverted stitch again. Now we're going to lay our gold. And our last step for these layers, bring the bottom white up and over. You will definitely start to see your bracelet growing out through the bottom. You can grab the bottom and just give it a little bit of a pull. And you can start seeing the design. I think it looks so cool. I love this. I love how this looks. She did a great job. So I'm going to go ahead off camera and finish up the length of my bracelet, and then I'll come back and show you guys how to close it up together. If you have any problems, just go ahead and watch the previous instructions, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I did go ahead and finish up the length of my bracelet. The last step that you want to make sure you end on is with your white band coming up and over. If you use the same color pattern as me. If you do not use the same color pattern as me, it is the last band that you should have looped would have been bringing the bottom band up and over. You do not want to end with the last stitch being the inverted stitch. So basically the next bands you would lay if you were to continue your pattern would be the X. So we're going to do that one more time. Lay our diagonal bands like so. But instead of doing the inverted stitch right now, we're just going to bring the bottom bands all up and over on all 4 pins. So there should be 2 bands on each of them. Just grab them and bring them up and over. Turn your loom around, do the same on the opposite side. Don't lose any of your bands like I almost did. Okay, so I'm just going to turn mine around here. So now that we have all of the bottom, oh, looks like I missed one. Now that we have all the bottom bands looped up and over, we're going to combine them all to 1 pin now. So what I'm going to do is, starting on the top right, I'm going to cross this band over and bring it to the left. So grabbing the back top right band, remove it from the pin, and bring it diagonal to the left, the bottom left one. Just like that. Now I'm going to bring the right one over here to the left. Just place that on top. And now we're going to bring this back one. And if you guys hear background noise, I do apologize. Like so. So now all 4 bands are on 1 pin. You can go ahead and attach your C-clip to those 4 bands if you'd like. It is a little tight. If you have a monster tail clip, that would actually be perfect. But since I don't have one handy right this second, I'm just going to slide my hook through all 4 of these bands, like so. And I'm going to just place a single band on my hook like this. And I'm going to hold on to it with my finger. And I'm just going to pull this band up through those 4 bands on the pin. And then reattach it to my hook. And now I'm going to pop it off the pin. That way now my hook will just hook onto the 1 band instead of the 4, so it won't be so tight. So I'm just going to place my C-clip on these 2 bands here. Like so. Let me zoom out. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, so give your bracelet a nice big stretch in case some bands are poking out more than others. I think this bracelet is super awesome. It really does remind me of like a cube. It's so cool. You can wear it on any side, but the pattern is the same on all the sides. And I'm losing focus. There we go. Okay, so on the other end, it's super easy. Just clip it onto that right there. You can do it around all 4 or 2, you know, whatever you can get the hook onto is fine. So there you have the completed ruffles bracelet. Again, this is not my own design. This was sent to me by Diane on Instagram. Please check her out. Her name is Diane Lane AVP. She sent me this on Instagram. I think she did an amazing job on it, so definitely kudos to her. I will try to get her profile pic in the beginning of the tutorial so that excuse me, so that you guys can check her out and see if she has any other designs coming out. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if it helped you at all, and I'll see you all at my next tutorial. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.